let's get right to it, Craig. Corry Webster is joining us from the Elite Golf Tour. Corry, welcome. And Craig Renshaw with us. Let's talk about this Valero, Texas Open, gentlemen, and the very special winner of this golf tournament. Craig, I want you to tee this up for Corry and I, and then I know Corry will anxiously jump right in because this is right down the line of the Elite Tour and what we've been talking about with Corry for some time now. But get this set up for us.
Well, this young man, who is 27 years old from Canada, did something this week that not very many players do. He Monday qualified, which is something that Corry is very familiar with.
How do you Monday qualify? Let me stop you there. How do you Monday qualify for a PGA Tour event? Can you Monday qualify? Can I Monday qualify? How do you do that?
Anyone can Monday qualify. Really, anyone that's willing to pay. I mean, you got to have some sort of playing credentials. They don't want guys out there shooting 90 for the most part. Craig, if you feel like you can hack it and want to pay the $500, you can jump on in there.
Well, I can definitely hack it. There's no doubt about that.
I can do that too. All right, so go ahead, Corry. Keep going.
Well, one thing, I'm not 100% sure on the Valero if there were pre-quals, because a lot of the Monday, you have to not only Monday, you have to pre-qualify to even get in the Monday and then Monday.
How do you do that?
Well, the pre-qual is just basically saying, hey, there's 400 people that want to do this, so let's have 2 pre-qualifiers and break that down and then have the actual Monday qualifier.
Do they
you got
do
a Monday
it local?
qualify to get Monday.
Do they do that at some local golf course, or they do it on the very course they're going to play at in the next few weeks? How do they do that?
No, it's typically just a couple other golf courses, and then they'll have the Monday, and then you play at the course. So it's
all right.
Somewhere in that area. But anyways, yeah. So.
And this year they did do pre-qualifying, and then they did from there open qualifying.
Crazy. So he had to go through both, probably, eh?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, unreal.
All right, so we have a young gentleman who has been, again, Corry, your word, looking for status now for some time. Craig, did you take a look at his age and a little bit about his background at all?
He is. He's from Ontario, Canada. He's 27 years old. He played a lot of tournaments as far as Monday qualifying. He turned pro about 4 years ago. But, he's not somebody that nobody's heard of. I mean, his world golf ranking now is, and I know it jumped up quite a bit, but, he's 84 in the world right now. So he's going to pretty much be able to pick and choose wherever he wants to go. And, he's made almost $3 million in his life. Now, I know, over $1 million of it came, just yesterday. But this man can play some golf, and there's, as Corry's been saying, there's quite a few guys that know how to play golf and do what he does. He's just somebody that's now been able to work through this and do some great golf.
Yeah, I agree. And
go ahead,
Ray.
No. I want you to talk. Yep.
I was just going to add that, last year I was looking at his stats. It looked like last year he may have had full status. I think he had 28 starts and made 12 cuts. And I think he's 790,000 on the money list last year. So I'm guessing he probably missed his card. And then he comes out this year, and he's got a first, a second, and a third, I think, already this year, right?
Yep.
And that's just, I mean, you never know when someone's going to do it. But Craig, how many guys do you think out there right now, let's just say just in the United States, that are at Corey Connor's kind of level, just waiting for just something to happen? What do you think the number is of guys at that talent level? Mentally, emotionally,
I think
physically?
There's probably 15 to 20 guys that are right there with him. And if they get the break at the right time, you'd be amazed at what they can do.
Yeah. And not to mention, I'm not sure of his background into that, but I mean,
he's played he's played in McKinsey Tour for a while. He played Latin America for a while. He played Web.com. He's worked his way through the system in the last 5 years, all the way up to where he's at right now.
Yeah, which is pretty amazing. I mean, to think of how many guys are doing the same thing, playing at the same level, and now psychologically, I mean, he's got nothing but money, nothing but time, nothing but confidence. He's going into the Masters next week. I mean, versus if this doesn't happen this week and he keeps grinding it out, 8 years from now, we maybe still never heard about him and he's just gone. Now we might be hearing about him for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
That's right.
Just because of 1 week.
Well,
Yep.
and by the way, this Monday qualifier, I read about it earlier. This Monday qualifier was no pushover. He has done Monday qualifiers before, guys, and this particular one, he had a double bogey early on in the qualifier. He then made a putt outside of 20 feet to get into a 6-for-1 playoff. Okay. I mean, that was the tournament in and of itself right there. Going on to win the actual PGA event was probably nothing for him after he had that nail biter. So he has a 6-in-1 playoff going on. He makes a birdie to win that playoff. It was the third time this season he made it through the Monday process. And from there on, you know, he had great golf pretty much all week long. And then yesterday, though, did you guys watch what happened to him yesterday?
I watched a little bit of it. I was watching the ladies yesterday.
He makes 4 bogeys in a row. Okay, you're out. You're over. First of all, everybody turns the TV off because they've never heard of anybody on the leaderboard. Second of all, they turn the TV off because they've never heard of him. Thirdly, they turn the TV off because after the 4th bogey, it's like, okay, he's out. It's like, okay, so I mean, we're going to watch the ANA Inspiration. We'd rather watch the ladies, you know, whatever. So I don't know, but he makes 4 bogeys, and then all of a sudden he turns it around and he beats Charlie Hoffman, who is a veteran journeyman player and knows exactly what to do. I mean, it was great. What a
Yeah.
I thought it was a great tournament. I thought it was a great stretch. I'm not one for parity. Here's another guy that no one's ever heard of that wins a PGA Tour event. They're all that good. Corey, I want you to take off on that thought. They are all that good, aren't they? And yet they all don't get the chance to be there. Why not?
They don't get the chance because the system is so tough out there and it's gotten so expensive. And we've been talking about this subject a lot. And, you know, one exciting thing that's really helped with the Elite Tour right now is our new owner that we brought on, Andre Metzger. He is in the heat of the battle. I mean, he was just out Monday qualifying himself into web events and this and that. And so to get into the psyche of these guys at that level, I mean, they're scraping the bottom of the can for just anything. One little thought, like Andre was saying, I like to do everything the same every day. I don't want to feel out of place at all. They're just all looking because they're all so close. And so for me, the thing is opportunity. And so, I mean, Monday qualifiers, they're an opportunity somewhat, but not good enough. And so Elite Tour's job basically is we're trying to find all these Corey Connors, find all these guys out there that are just so close and give them a little more support, give them bigger tournaments to play for, bigger money to pay for, so that they can get a little bit of that pressure off their back and really swing it a little more free. And we might see some more stories like Corey Connors. I mean, someone leaves Elite Tour with a couple $100,000 in the bank, and now they can go play Mondays and qualifiers and really stick to their process and not get too stressed out. I think then we're going to see the needle move because this story is great for golf now. We're all a little more excited for the Masters now to see what he'll do. You know, we're going to remember his name the next time, and, you know, it's just great. It's awesome. I'm happy for him, and good for Canada, too.
Well, you know, I just talked to Jesse Mueller, who is a professional golfer. He is the general manager and director of golf at the Grand Canyon University Championship Golf Course here in Phoenix, Arizona. I met Jesse a number of years ago. Well, I met him in 2012, to be exact, when he made the cut at the U.S. Open at the Olympic Club. And
Awesome.
Jesse continues to play pro golf. He has won several pro tournaments, state championships. He's continuing to play. And he and I have already spoken, Corey, about this Elite Tour. And we spoke on Saturday because I was at a Gold Star Family Memorial Golf Tournament for the 13th year in a row. And we had the tournament at the Grand Canyon University golf course, and of course I saw Jesse. I've known Jesse for years, and I said, Jesse, what do you make of the Elite Tour? And he said, yeah, I've heard a lot about it already from, the buzz. There's a buzz out there about it. And he said, what's the next step on it? And I said, well, they had their big coming out party where a lot of the sponsors met the players. They did that a few weeks ago at the Legacy, and that was very successful. And then they've got their first big event coming up where they're going to have a huge purse, and all of that's still to be determined, but they've got a lot of great players involved. And he said, yeah, I'm definitely going to check into that. So
awesome.
We're going to want to keep.
Jesse's a good guy.
Jesse's one of the nicest people you'd ever want to know, and boy, is he ever a player too.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Craig, you look at a Monday qualifier who has struggled around like so many of them do, and he comes through on Monday, and it doesn't happen very often, as you said. But he wins the Valero. Now he is set really for life. I mean, if he retired today and he was very careful with his money, from the endorsement money, the sponsorships, the prize money, he would never have to work a day in his life again, and he could play golf every day. If he never wanted to work another day in his life again. Now that's unbelievable that could happen to you, but that's the way it is on the PGA Tour because of how much money you win. But then when you win, what you get from it, the 2-year exemption, so he's going to go on and win a few more $1 million. Even if he doesn't win again at all in the next 2 years, he'll win a couple $1 million more, as well as he's going to have endorsement money and sponsorship money offered to him. And now he's in the Masters this week, so we'll definitely want to watch and see how he does this week. Corry Webster, thanks, buddy, for being with us. Great.
Thank you, Ray.
I think it's great for every young professional golfer who is out there grinding and struggling and, as you said, scraping the bottom of the can to try to get any little handhold that they can get. And it's just, I think it's great for golf, but I think it's also great for the Elite Tour when a Corey Connors wins a golf tournament, don't you?
I think it exemplifies exactly what we want to see. And we know there's so many guys out there that can do it. And we want to find them, and we want to get them out there so that the younger guys can go, you know what, that's the route I'm going to take. I'm going to have support. And if you got talent and you've got heart and you got passion, we're gonna find you. We're gonna get you support. That's the whole idea behind it.
And Craig and Corey, what? No problem. And what stops them in the end? They're good enough, but what stops them is they run out of money. They simply cannot afford to keep going.
Yeah, in most of the cases, that's absolutely right. There's a ton of talent. But the opportunities, because of the funds, makes it really, really difficult for a lot of these men and women to get opportunities to show themselves on a big stage.
Well, Craig, at Phoenix there, at Legacy Performance Center, over the years you've been there, how many guys, like myself, if you've seen back there on the range, on the putting green, you look in their eyes, and you can tell they're just desperate. They just want to keep playing, but they're just about ready to go home again. They show up bushy-eyed, ready to rock. And 6 months or 8 months or 1 year, you see him go. And how many guys have you seen like that in your time in Phoenix?
Well, I would hate to say it, but probably the majority of them. I mean, I would say 95% of them. There's a couple guys that has made it and be able to do some good stuff. Paul Peterson was one that did that. But most of them have struggled with that. But the majority of them, you do think there's a couple guys that I'm shocked by it, but every time you talk to one of them, they're like, yeah, I don't have the funds to do this, or I can't do that. That's the big part of it.
Yeah.
All right, Corey, thanks, buddy, for joining. I appreciate you very much. Elite Golf Tour. Corey, what website do the players go, the mothers, fathers go? Where do they go to find out more about getting the player? If you're the player listening, here's where you need to go. Here's what you need to do to find out more about the Elite Golf Tour. Corey, tell them where to go.
EliteTourGolf.com, Elite Tour on Facebook, Elite Tour on Instagram, Elite Tour on YouTube, Elite Tour, Elite Tour, Elite Tour. Just go there, contact us. We'll get a hold of you immediately and answer any questions you have. Just reach out.
All right, there he is, Corry Webster. Thanks, buddy, for being with us. Enjoy your evening, and Corey will be back with us time and again as we go through this championship season and we watch these great young players.